All right. Hello and welcome. Welcome to week one, future medical billers and coders. Today's demonstration is to walk you through your week one assignments, both core shells, MBC10 and MBC101. I'm going to share my screen now. Let's start with MBC10. Again, always go to modules, and then you'll scroll down and see week one. Be sure to read the week one introduction. What the week one lesson plan is. Review your assignments. I suggest always starting with the material that you'll need to read. So for week one, your readings are Medical Language Immerse Yourself, Chapter 1, Medical Language and Healthcare Today. Also, you'll need to read Chapter 24, Radiology. This comes out of your Bucks step-by-step textbook. Please see my separate video where I walk you through how to access your full Vital Source library. Each week, you'll have 2 discussion activities. So you may be asking yourself, how do I post a discussion? So I'm just going to share a little demo, a demo reply. So let's say, for example, you want to start working on discussion activity for a patient case study. You'll want to click on the discussion, read the instructions. So for example, the instructions for this specific discussion are to review the surgical report below, define 2 medical terms, and deconstruct the components of your 2 selected terms. So deconstruct simply means to break it down into prefix, root word, and suffix. Please see my announcement on medical terminology for a better understanding of prefixes, suffixes, and root words. I've also supplied some helpful medical terminology tutorials to guide you along. So once you have identified the 2 medical terms that you would like to define, the next step would be selecting reply. Here is an example response. Be sure to always include your cited sources. Please see my announcement on discussion, posting, and citing your sources. So let's say that you have you've researched, you've gathered the material, you've put it in your own words, and you're ready to make your reply. So again, this is just one example of a student response. Always know that each week I kick off the discussions. So you can always review my own personal response to the discussion to get you started. Just be sure that you're not copying and pasting directly from a website. The goal is to put things in your own words and how you understand and interpret the information. Again, when you post your discussions, each thread you want to have an initial response to. So you have 4 discussions each week. Your initial reply in each one of those discussions needs to be done by Wednesday, but you can start as early as Sunday when you have access to the course. Each week, there'll also be an accompanying study guide. This again will be helpful for you when preparing for your theory exam each week. You'll just want to, you can either click on the link to open and view it, or you can also download it to view it offline. This does not need to be returned to me, okay? This is just for you as a resource. Unless it has a graded or has points assigned to the assignment, it does not need to be returned or submitted. I'll show you what I mean. Notice that your discussions each have a weighted grade of 25 points. Again, this August 25th is the ending date, or the last date to turn in week one assignments or graded assignments. So you have from Sunday the 18th, when you initially get access to your full course, okay? And then you'll have all the way through to August 25th, Sunday midnight, to complete this work. In MBC10, you also have two assessments, a coding quiz and a theory quiz. Pay close attention regarding quizzes, how many attempts are allowed, and whether or not there is time involved. Some of the exams are timed and you don't want to run out of time. So before you initiate a coding exam, I definitely recommend reviewing my demonstration videos and any additional resources and material that I provide during the week. I would recommend waiting for your coding quiz until you've done some practice, and I'll provide you plenty of additional resources so you can check your own work. Your coding quiz is worth 60 points. Again, when you click on the quiz, it's going to give you your instructions. So your first book that you'll be coding from is your CPT manual. That's the gold manual. This quiz consists of 20 questions worth 3 points each, and you will have 4 hours to complete this quiz. Again, when the time limit is reached, it will automatically exit you from the exam. I've also included some examples of how to code using CPT. As a student, you will have a feature of Start Quiz. I'm not in student view right now because at the moment of my recording, these courses have not been released to you. Let me demonstrate and show you with a previous course. Additionally, you will have a theory quiz. Again, click on the quiz. You will see a Start Quiz blue button. Don't click that until you're ready to start the quiz. Your theory quiz, you'll have 1 hour to complete the quiz. And after the time limit is reached, you'll be automatically exited from the exam. Keep in mind, your theory exams do not have multiple attempts. Your coding exams will have 2 attempts, and I highly encourage you to take advantage of both of those attempts. Practice makes progress, and your highest score will always be recorded. And that's it for MBC10 for week 1. Again, review your weekly readings, review your study guide. The answers will be found within your weekly readings and the accompanying PowerPoints. You have a coding quiz and a theory quiz. And that's it for MBC10. Next, I'm going to take you over to MBC 101. We call this the applications course. I call MBC 10 your theory course. Again, select modules, review the introduction. The readings are going to be the same. There's no difference in the readings from either one of the course shells. The assigned readings is applicable to both courses. And then review the activities that have a weighted grade to them or points assigned. Again, for example, basic terminology and anatomy and physiology. If I was to click on this discussion, I would read the instructions. For example, please define a term you see in the readings for this week that you think is important to know. Good places to start for this task are terms for regions of the body, directional terms, or terms for body planes and sections. I've also supplied you some additional resources through YouTube. There's one on anatomical position and directional terms, and also in anatomy, and then also one in physiology. These are really helpful. And again, to reply to the initial thread, you would select reply at the bottom of that post or that thread, excuse me. And here's a good example of a student post. You can see how she or he, the student, led with the sentence that she thinks it's important to know. Again, she's putting it into her own words. She also added an image. Images, videos, they're encouraged but not required. And then again, you would include your cited sources or references. And let me give you an example. One post, each thread.